Hello, this is Mr. Williams here with a message for Mr. Llewellyn. Don't buy an Apple iPhone because they're a load of crap. There's a lot of websites out there that if you type a search into Google like iPhone and crap and iPhone and shit, you'll get a lot of information. Basically, you're waiting for the 3G version. Well, 3G is great if you can actually get 3G, and 3G only works if you get a really good signal. Now, most places around the UK don't get 3G signals, and what they tend to do is then the phone will connect at an incredibly slow rate, which is actually slower than your old dial-up modem would have been. So what's the point in getting a phone with 3G if it's not going to do 3G? So 3G is just this, what's the best description? 3G is just a myth that some people think they can get, but I'd be surprised if you can. Battery life. If you're going to get an Apple phone that's only going to last about 4 or 5 hours because you're using the screen all the time, yeah, okay, it'll last a few days if you've got it on standby and you don't have the screen on, but if you have the screen on, you're screwed. So 4 or 5 hours maximum. Some people who've been running certain things say that they've only got 40 minutes out of their iPhone. Now, this brings me on to the next point. You don't get much time on the phone, and you also don't get a chance to change the battery, because Apple, in their wisdom, just like with the iPods, say, screw you, customer, screw you. If this phone goes wrong and the battery goes wrong, you can dump it in the bin, because we're not giving you the ability to change the battery, because then you won't come buy another one, will you? So they've got you by the balls there. The touchscreen doesn't work very well, and it does make mistakes, although they say, oh no, it doesn't make mistakes. And also, the way it transfers things like emails and data is actually an inefficient method, which means that you'll actually run up, if you do use the data services, you run up a hefty bill. And if you're thinking of going on any sort of small data services, it's going to cost you a lot per megabyte. So expect to pay a data connection service of at least £75 a month, and then every time you go over a meg on that, you're going to be on saying, making do how I now don't use the data services on my phone because I don't want a £500 phone bill. But there we go. It's only got a 2 megapixel camera. You can only use it on certain services like O2, so they lock you in and they'll say there's no way you're getting out because you've paid your you've got a contract and you've got to pay your data services and you've got to keep that going and you cannot get out, and you can only use one type of service, and it doesn't record video. So you've got a 2 megapixel camera, which is pretty crap. Most phones now have much better quality cameras than that, and it doesn't record video. Great. Wow, Apple, what are you thinking? I think you're thinking of iPhone 2, which will allow video, but probably low quality, and then you'll have iPhone 3, and then you'll have iPhone HD. Yeah, because Apple are not small guys when it comes to selling you something that isn't actually much good, and then you want a better one. And their attitude on this is you can't upgrade, you can't put memory cards in them, you can't expand the memory, you can't connect it to a USB drive, you can't do anything. Basically, the memory you've got is the memory you live with, and when you don't like it, you throw it away and get another one, which totally goes against Apple's, look, we're really green, but actually we're not really green because we want you to throw it away and buy another one. So they're not that good at all, actually. You can't have, there's no flash support. You can't have programs, you can't put programs on them, you can't put software on them. God alive, there's no voice recognition, no voice dialing, there's no stereo Bluetooth support, you can't put a keyboard on it, you've got to use the little to type your messages, which is absolutely crap. No GPS, there's no roving map support. No instant messaging, no picture messages, no MMS messages, no games, no songs as ringtones. Goodness gracious me, where do I begin with why an Apple iPhone is just a £300 piece of junk? I mean, Windows Mobile is crap. Don't get me wrong, I got a Windows Mobile phone and they are pretty crap, but I tell you what, they're a pretty crap phone that's actually got video recording, proper picture messaging, you can record video, you can upgrade the memory, I've got GPS on it, and I got my So basically, don't get one. I hope that sums it up.